Sponsored by Teamsters Local 1932, protecting the future of working families. Teamsters1932.org.
Welcome in, listeners. We're back. We've been gone for a while, but I will not leave you hanging. This is the James Kane Experience on KCAA Radio 106.5 and 1050 AM, the 4 o'clock Insights. You can find me here with my inner circle.
Skittles.
Shy.
The boss.
Every Saturday at 4. We will be here and there, so don't be square. Tune in. Let's get down to it. It's a lot's been going on since the last time we spoke or you heard from me. It feels good to be back on Inland Empire's 4 o'clock session. We ended the year on a good note.
Yes.
But a lot of things have happened. So, before we get into it, we have a wonderful guest here today, and we're going to speak about how the Inland Empire has produced a Howard educated graduate. Courtney, are you there?
Hello.
Yes, into the KCAA world. This is
Glad
Courtney
to be
Shaw.
here.
Yes. Glad to have you.
So today, it's my pleasure and honor to have you here and to touch on some things that we need to get out in the young world and our community because we have successful stories as well. And you are a very, very great person and individual that I've been knowing since you've been young, and I watched you grow and be very successful in your education and in your personal life. So,
thank you.
Before we get into the first segment, which is real people, real talk, we'll have the second segment, as you know, for the young and the old getting together, the reading for the blind. Also, Shanice James
Yes.
Sports Weekly Recap. What about them Raiders in Mendoza? Yes. Sounds good to me. But first, let's get into some news and notes.
Yes.
And I know a lot of you have heard about what's going on in the homeless community, but I would like to know, what do you think about the lady in Los Angeles, Miss Vargas, that got pulled out of her car at all places, McDonald's, and killed by a homeless person? What do you think?
Wow. I did not hear that. That is crazy.
Yes.
Like, oh,
That is crazy.
I'm sorry to the family.
Yes, we do give our
Yes.
condolences to the family. It's been a lot of tragedies that happened. And this is just some of what's going on in Los Angeles. Also to the family, or the Johnson family.
Yeah.
Kevin Johnson, an ex-Raider. One thing, always a Raider. Always a Raider. He passed. He was, the coroner says that he was at encampment, homeless encampment in Los Angeles, in the Willowbrook area, and he had blows to his head and he's been stabbed. So
Oh, that's sad.
the homeless community right now is under a lot of turmoil, and our officers are really cracking down. And it's sad that there's a lot of people that really need help, and they're not violent. But these people who are acting out aggressively onto the citizens needs to be incarcerated. It's because we should not tolerate this. People should be able to be free to go wherever and whenever
Yes.
they want to go, especially to McDonald's, which was founded in where? The IE.
Yep.
Yes.
First
so that's the
McDonald
tragedy.
ever made, San Bernardino.
Yes. What about in Riverside?
Oh.
They're out there, and some guy,
Uh-huh.
I don't know what he was doing, but it was fatally. Police killed this individual at a mall in Riverside.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
the Moreno Valley Mall.
Yes. The Merino Valley Mall.
Yes,
I
so
heard about that.
I don't know too much what's going on with that story, but he must have been doing something that increased the violence between him and the police. So let's get away from the homeless and get to there was a councilman in San Bernardino, I guess. She was recording the police.
Oh.
So something is going down. And she was, I guess, indicted on some charges illegally tampering or recording on a electronic device.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I think it's because they didn't know. So one thing I learned by being, of course, a faculty member at a university, you always have to make aware. So when I go in a meeting with my dean and my manager of operation, I'll be like, can I record this meeting? And if they say yes, then I can record it. Now, if I record the meeting without their knowledge, then that comes back on me. I cannot use that recording for nothing. So I think it's one of those things, you know?
Well, I think she was eavesdropping.
She probably
And
was.
something that she wanted
Yes,
to
information
get. Exactly.
Yes.
She might want to blow the whistle on,
on some
something.
things. And they're
Because-
like, oh, we're going to put her in prison.
Yes, because we all know that there's criminals and there are legal criminals.
Yep.
And sometimes they act in the same space, or sometimes they're not in the same space. One does it simultaneously, and
Yeah.
the other does it simultaneously. But also, she is suing San Bernardino now.
I was waiting. I was
Yeah,
waiting
she-
for that.
yeah,
I was
she
waiting
put
for
in
that.
A federal suit.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Saying that she was wrongfully terminated. So we'll see how that's
That-
gonna
yes.
go. But hey, I just want to know for her to take it to that extreme. What and why was she illegally or allegedly? We got to say that word allegedly recording the police. San Bernardino, i.e., what do you think? Now, to end that with a little other persuasion of news. Shy, do you got anything for us?
Yes. So some trending news. There has been a life sentence for Shinzo Abe's assassin. The Mets trading for the. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Let me slow down. So the man who assassinated former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was sentenced to life in prison. For the sports, the New York Mets acquired an outfielder, Lewis Roberts Jr.,
Okay.
from the White Sox, which is a significant trade.
Oh.
NASA astronaut Suni Williams retired after her extended stay in orbit due to spacecraft issues. I would retire after that as well.
Yes.
Because if you're out in space, it's a lot longer than if you're just stuck in traffic. It's like years instead of hours.
Yeah, unless you're on the 101. in Hollywood.
Exactly.
Or the 91.
For the weather, a large winter storm is
Yes.
expected to bring some damaging ice and heavy snow to the South and Northeast. And of course, the continual Trump and Greenland. President Trump is reportedly discussing Greenland with European allies, linking it to potential Nobel Peace Prize recognition. Israeli forces are targeting UN facilities in East Jerusalem while Syria's military advances in Kurdish-held areas. And for Spain, authorities are investigating a deadly commuter train crash with the prime minister promising a thorough
Yes,
investigation.
because I be on trains and
Yeah,
oh,
it was a pretty bad crash.
Oh,
No.
that's yeah. But before we end the news and the notes, ICE,
oh,
they have not cooled off yet.
Oh,
I just had to talk about this because they used a tactic that only fat people and your
What?
restaurant has good food. ICE had dinner. This happened in Minnesota too. A lot going on in Minnesota.
Yeah.
But ICE agents sit down at a Mexican restaurant, had a great meal, and afterwards took everybody into custody.
all the employees. That's
That's
messed
the
up.
employees.
that
Yeah.
is messed up. They was
That's
just
real
like,
messed up.
before we arrest all of them, let's get some corn asada. Let's let's get some beans, rice. It's just like they had a full course meal,
Yep.
then finished up their meal probably with a Pepsi, and said, "Y'all under arrest." That's
They
crazy.
detained
You're under
everyone.
arrest.
That's
And-
crazy.
And probably saved half of their burrito.
For dinner.
The rest of them took the food.
What the what?
Yes. Only in America.
Only in America.
As Don King would say, only in America. Well, let's get right into it. How are you doing today, Miss Courtney Shaw?
Oh, I'm doing good. Can't complain. Always blessed. A little stressed, but always blessed.
Little stress, always best. Like that, like that. Okay, because this segment right here is going to talk about Raised by Legacy. You have succeeded in overcoming the suburbs of San Bernardino County, living in Montclair. And for people or listeners, viewers who don't know, you was raised by your grandmother. How was that like being raised by your grandmother?
It was definitely a different experience, especially since most of my peers had two-parent homes. So that was a little different, but it was good. She always made sure that I was involved, whether it was sports, which I played multiple sports, Girl Scouts, Saturday Science School, was in cheer for a while. She always made sure I was doing something, keeping me busy with extracurriculars. But even though I was so busy with that, she made sure I was succeeding academically as well. So it was always homework first and then extra things later because those were privileges, not rights. So she definitely raised me old school. Like I wasn't allowed to ask her what a word meant. I was always I was always redirected straight to a dictionary to learn that word on my own.
Oh, dang.
And
I mean, that's good though.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely helped me build my vocabulary.
Yes.
So that's a good thing.
Yes.
But since she was older, I did have like more responsibilities to help her out as much as I could. So like I remember when I was really younger, my job was to, when we got home, run in the house, turn the alarm off, run upstairs, get her house shoes, bring them back down here for them to be ready for her when she got inside, run back outside and help her get all the things from the car, help her in. When I got a little older, I would do things like get her medicine from the pharmacy. She would give me a grocery list and her card and tell me to go in and get them things. So it kind of built a lot of independence for me because she was a pretty independent woman herself. Actually, she was fully independent. And which I really looked up to. So I did learn to do a lot of things by myself. One to kind of mirror her independence, but also to like, ease the load. She was doing it by herself. So, yeah, it was just to help her out a little bit so she wouldn't have to do every single thing.
Yeah.
'Cause I know that takes a lot, especially when you're a little bit older in age. You don't have as much energy.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it shaped me pretty well because I'm very well-rounded with all the things I was able to get involved in. And, like I said, the independence and self-motivation that I try to keep.
Okay. And growing up in Montclair, did that kind of pull or push your cultural identity? Because you graduated from Walnut, is that correct?
Yes.
So could you let the viewers and listeners get your viewpoint on going to Walnut, graduating, and then on that note, you wind up going to Howard.
Yeah, so growing up, if you could see my household, there's still a bunch of, black doll collectibles. Growing up, I always had black dolls. So it was always made apparent that this is a black household. You are a black child. It helped me because I never went to school in Montclair or around, other black people. I was always, I started off in West Covina. And then I went to middle school in Diamond Bar, and then I graduated high school in Walnut. So I was always around, I would say, more affluent people, people who didn't look like me. I definitely realized my environment wasn't the same as theirs. Like, the houses were much larger. There were stores out there you wouldn't find over here in Montclair or other places in the IE. Yeah, there's more people walking their dogs and running at night, which you really don't see too often over here either. But like I said, since I was raised, like, knowing for sure, like, I'm black, I don't think it caused super push or pull for my culture identity. But it was a funny thing, like, having my grandma make me so aware of that fact. Like, she'd be like, okay, reminder, you are blessed. We have a lot more than, some people have. But, like, she would drive around, like, the hills of West Covina, around where I went to a private elementary Christian school in West Covina, so it was definitely different. But it was over there in the West Covina hills. She would drive us around sometimes and be like, this is what you can have one day, just hard work and dedication. And so, yeah, that kind of inspired my decision, definitely, to go to a HBCU, since I didn't get the chance to be surrounded by people that looked like me or, like, so, yeah, I was just like, I really want to experience that, and what better way to go to the best HBCU in the country?
Yeah. So now let the viewers and listeners know, how was that experience for you coming from this area and going to Washington, D.C.? It's a little bit more faster. Well, I would say a lot faster than Montclair.
Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
So give us a little about Howard. Let's hear about Howard for those who never been on the campus or wouldn't know anything about Howard University.
So Howard University, obviously DC back then was called the Chocolate City. So Howard University is on this street called Georgia Avenue, and Georgia Avenue is this long street that goes through to Maryland, to Virginia. Like, it's a really long street, but a lot of black-owned little shops and things are around there. So going there, it was definitely an experience because you don't see a lot of black-owned things, especially that was back in 2012. Black-owned businesses are becoming a little bit more popular these days, which I'm glad for. But back then it was so new to me because I could go to like a little black-owned boutique and shop things that people made by hand and that have a relation to our culture and everything. Before, I think it's been gentrified a lot over the years, but before it was just you could see more black than white, and that was going there for so long. It was kind of funny coming back and forth, back from school, coming back over here where I see more um, Hispanic faces or white faces, and that more than I see my own people just walking around. It'd be groups. It would be odd to see a non-black person over there. Like it was just so nice. It felt like a home. It was a little community. Everybody came from different places. We had international students. We had students from Jamaica, the islands. We had but we were all black people coming together to better ourselves, to have an experience, and it was just like a close knit. Nobody knew each other at first, but it wasn't like it was easy to make friends and it was easy to bond and relate to each other because we all have like one thing at least in common, that we're black. So it really did feel like a home. And I think what inspired me was before I even went there in the summer of 2011, I visited my pretend aunt over there, and that was my first time ever in DC. And she took me around the campus, and I just fell in love with it. Just seeing because it is an older school built in the 1800s, but the oldness of it just like brought a feeling of I don't know how many great black people, professionals, doctors, researchers, scientists have walked this same campus, and and it just felt like an honor to be there, and this is very nice.
Yes, it sounds great. Listening to you, that's why we, us black elders want to raise our kids in knowing that there is black excellence. In today's culture, most of it is we're identified by music, mainly rap music. So it's a great day for you to come on this air and let people know that blacks are doing other things. Because some people only see blacks through music or what Hollywood and other places depict us as. And a lot of times it's not in a good light, and, it's always, we have to go back to slavery, but look at you in the 20s at a historically black college.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's important too because a lot of us are taught surface level Black history and Black accomplishments.
Yeah.
But going there, you get to learn and dive deeper. And so, really, what all we have contributed to everything we have now. There's so many important things that we've done and contributed to science, to technology, to this and that, and people don't see all that side of that because Black history isn't taught deeply in general education.
It's
you have
not.
to go and find either do it on your own or go to HBCU. So it sucks that that's the misconception, but we know what it is.
Yes.
So
Hey,
you just have to.
we just got to keep on going and keep on educating
Yeah.
and young black people as yourself. We just need to continue because the elder strength is the young people. And that is our job, is to lift the young up, and then the young take over and lift the young, and may our generations prosper. Is because I like to hear solutions in the black community, not the problems. We all know what the problems are, but how are we going to change them? So I would ask you, since you graduated and you've been raised by a wonderful, wonderful lady, because I knew Ansha, and she was amazing. When you think of Detroit, you think of hardcore. like what's going on now, dog face. All these things on YouTube. You're like, whoa, I don't want to go to Detroit. But Detroit, a lot of people is buying up a lot of Detroit. You know, it has this.
Yes.
What I always say is this: if corporations come and buy things in your neighborhood, there's wealth in that neighborhood. They just don't want you to see it. And that's how I view Detroit. It was very wealthy in the car industry, and I think that they're rebuilding that now. But it's been bought by a lot of other people. So, in knowing that, how did your grandma experience, HBCU experience, transition into your life as a young adult today?
I think being raised by an older Black woman instilled a lot of morals and ethics into me. You know how old school Black folks, they have, their ways, but they're
Yes.
usually teaching respect and manners and
Hard work.
rules you need. Hard work and determination tactics and things
Yes.
like that.
Survival.
So I think being raised
Yes.
being raised by my grandmother definitely got me to where I am today. And she taught me a lot about empathy, caring about other people. She was always one to try to reach out and help. She did whatever she could. If she had it in her means, she was going to try to help. And I've always looked up to that, as well as, like I said before, her independence. So, but yeah, when we were younger, we used to go volunteer to give out clothes and food on Skid Row. And then other times she had me volunteering in shelters to hand out food. So she really made sure that it was instilled that it is important to care about other people. And so I think that kind of led me to like my career path, and is very prominent in my personal life as well. Because right now I'm working, I work with kids because, like we were just talking about, it's all about how you shape the kids so that they can become future leaders. We can't raise a generation of degenerates and expect something good to come out from that.
Yes.
So it definitely shaped me, or like helped me make a decision on what I wanted to do, which is try to shape the kids. So I work with kids who have behavior issues or developmental issues because they deserve a chance too. It's because, I do care about things like that and people. And I think personally, I don't know, I think it's a really important quality to have, to care and to do good work. And yeah, I
That
think
sounds
I
wonderful.
got all that from her.
Yes,
That's
that's
great.
that's what that's kind of now that's a hidden cultural art. A lot of times
Yeah.
now you just see the club scene and the dysfunction of the Black community, and that's what we get on mainstream. But the stories like you're telling, it's just wonderful to hear that because that's how I was raised. We were raised to go to school, work, be polite. For me, it's this world is shocking. It's because
Yeah.
everybody used to be polite. It didn't matter. And I grew up on times where they came up with some words, and you be like, when you was young, like, and then I got older and I knew that he was talking about me. But it's okay though. It's because his words could not stop me from being who I am today. And I applaud you again for taking the time to let all the listeners and viewers in the Inland Empire realize that they're raising strong young Black people other than the ones you see out there in San Bernardino, Baseline, Wall Street, all these different areas, Ontario. They're are people who striving to be better citizens, and continue to be the foundation of American soil. And if you don't mind, I just want to say this. It's great to be a young homeowner. You didn't say that. You are a property owner.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's one thing that our parents, my parents, and the elders taught us from way back. I don't care if you go to 1800s, the early 1900s, the 60s, the civil rights. Own property. It's
Yeah.
a long term investment, but it's worth it.
So you saying that I can come there, Courtney? You know, take a vacation.
Fix it up a little bit. Talk about it later.
You take. And finally, Courtney, let me just ask you to give your advice to someone that's listening or the elder that's listening that they can tell their young daughter your experience and advice to let them know because some feel they're not heard. Some doesn't have the space where they can be openly and talk on how they feel and what they want to accomplish. So what advice would you have for them?
I would encourage them to find outlets, creativity and outlets like drawing, writing, painting, to express yourself and find your identity through that. The creative source is a good way to not feel like you're not being heard, because even if you can't say it verbally out of your mouth, maybe you can express yourself in a different way that might get people to understand where you're coming from. I also encourage people to educate themselves. Like I said, Black history is not very commonly taught as deep as it should. So doing your own research and empowering yourself that way too could help you and find your identity. And then so when you find that identity, you could stand on it and, be an advocate for yourself, speak up for what you want and need. Yeah, I think those are the two main ones. If you're feeling not seen or underrepresented, just do the work and just try to reach out to anyone you can if you really do need someone to talk to, because I do think that's important. I know a lot of times in Black households we're sometimes taught not to show too much emotion or too much feeling. We got to be strong. We got to be this. We got to be that.
Yeah.
It is okay to feel. It is okay to talk to someone about it. And like I said, if you can't verbally explain those feelings, find a little artistic outlet or something that can help you through that.
Yes. Yeah. And you can pull your pants up. You don't have to always be looking mean. It's okay. It's great to smile. You don't have to be mug people walking down the street. They're not even gonna bother you. So yeah, that's great. So thank you again, Courtney, so much.
No problem. Thank you for having me again.
So much. Yes. So um the HBCUs are not just for blacks. It had over the past years, they have been having a how can I put it? An increase in non-black registrations, over 24%. And although there's more blacks that goes to the traditional universities, HBCUs graduate more educated. I wouldn't say more talented or skillful, but they graduate like 9% when there's only 13% of blacks that go to that goes to traditional universities. How do y'all feel like that? Skittles, could you please
Yes.
let us
Yes.
know?
So I'm gonna hand this one off to Shy Shy. Go on,
Okay.
take it away.
I think that's a great thing.
Yes.
I think that it's wonderful to hear that
Mm-hmm.
they have a pretty good success rate with people graduating.
Yes.
I think that feeling like you belong,
Mm-hmm.
um, having just a strong sense of just diversity, which can, and all these things can positively influence student engagement,
Mm-hmm.
build confidence, uh, leadership development.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's just like it's just an honor to
Yeah.
go to one of these schools as a student, coming in. It's historic. You know that it's gonna be rich of
Yes.
history.
Yes.
So it's really I'm all for going to a HBCU.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's. I would love. I didn't have the choice, but I would love to go to one and just. I would just love to go there and just to see the buildings, be able to walk where, our ancestors walked. Like everybody, like it's crazy. It's crazy. So one good reason for attending an HBCU is one strong reason to attend a historic black college or university is the supportive academic and social environment these institutions provide. Research shows that HBCUs often promote close faculty students relationships and strong sense of belonging,
Yeah.
which can, like Shay said, positive influence students' engagement,
Yeah.
And, sometimes, we're not just coming with the good. 'Cause sometimes there's just a little tad bit of bad.
I think, there's kind of some weak reasons
Yes.
for
Yes.
not choosing to go to an HBC.
Mm-hmm.
There's a belief that HBCUs are less academically
Yes.
rigorous than predominantly white institutions, and that's not true.
It's not.
They're very strong with like the tools that they use to help these students
Yes.
learn at their academics. The assumption is not supported by any research
At all.
The studies indicate that HBCUs produce a significant number of graduates who go on to succeed in graduate education and professional fields, including STEM education and public service. So I feel like I feel like it's just like sometimes you can think like, okay, like should I go to a HBCU or
Yes.
should I go to somewhere like I want to go to Harvard instead of Howard? And honestly, they're both prestigious universities.
Yes.
The only difference is one is a historic black college and the other one is not so much. But you're still gonna get a good education.
Yeah.
So
in that because sometimes it's nice to see like Courtney said in high school they didn't teach me in-depth black history. Like I had to go to a library to like just learn about deeper black history. They just taught me like Rosa Parks, she just didn't want to move. Okay. So I had to go deeper. I'm like, okay, why she didn't want to move? What happened? What happened the day before? You have all these questions when it
Yeah.
comes to black history that only you can go find because they is not going to teach you that. They didn't
in
teach
high
me.
school.
They,
Well, in my high school,
Yeah.
it was interesting because you had the choice to take a history class or a black history class.
Oh, okay.
So I decided I took 1 year the regular history
Of
class.
course.
I like history anyway. And then I also took the next year, I took African American history class.
Yes.
And so I feel like I learned a lot from the African American history
Yeah.
class. I even learned about my own ancestry. Like I am literally have lineage with one of the Buffalo Soldiers. Like I
Okay.
thought
Oh,
that was
wow.
really
Good.
interesting.
DNA. Well,
That
that's
I
gonna bring it all
accidentally,
out.
Right.
yeah, I accidentally found him in a book.
In
It
a
was,
what?
yeah, it's a whole story. I'll have to tell you.
Okay.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's really cool though. But I feel like you go to a HBCU and it's not like you have to take a specific class.
Yeah.
It's the whole school.
Yes, and that's what I like about that.
Yeah.
What I like about when you go to settings of that, because me, I love history, and I know about American history,
Yeah.
European history, African history, because that's just something that I'm addicted to. And Black American history, and a lot of people, I use Black American because I identify as a Black American.
Yes.
Because America is all I know. And so, even though if you use the term African American history, it's okay, but everyone else, what do they call themselves? Jamaican? They call themselves Puerto Rican
Rican.
from Puerto Rico. So why the Black American always have to be an African? And I always used to ask myself, well, if slavery was over, as they say, 1865,
Yeah.
then we have Jim Crow. But why we can't just be Americans? And not saying, I know there's a difference. Everyone has their own title, white Americans. They pretty much don't use European. But if they choose to, they can. It's just up to whoever is identifying. But they also use Irish, English. They also use their nativity or where they came from. So African, if people want to say, oh, okay, I'm an African American. But when you bring in Africans, which are Black immigrants that come in willfully and not through what they call chattel slavery. I don't like that word, but it is what it is. I mean, I can't change Merriam-Webster, but I can change my household.
Right.
So we basically don't use that. But for me, I look at the people who established America post-slavery because there's so many people. We don't talk about it. Every year is Martin Luther King, which he was a great man.
Yes,
but
he
you know
was.
how many great mans there are out there?
A
A
lot.
lot.
And there were some that were them Black that
No.
gave their life up
Like William
for the
Wilberforce.
rights of the Black community. I'll just tell you this. Before Thomas Jefferson passed, there was a Black man named Thomas Jefferson.
What?
And he died before,
I didn't know.
a year before.
Me
Now,
Didn't know.
no one knows why he was given this name. That's something to think about and research if you're a researcher. So that's why we call it the 4 o'clock insights, because we always give good insights
Yes, we
on
do.
something. You don't have to take our opinion or point of view, but if we entitled to ours, you entitled to yours, and if you entitled to yours, we entitled to ours. And all we hope is everyone out there listening, always wake up the next day willing to bless our nation, which is America as a whole. Because we know we're going to be divided. But remember this, the Bible says, who believes in the Bible, a house divided can't stand.
Nope.
So everybody in the Inland Empire and those who are young, so we'll just say the Inland, we won't go there with the young people right now because there's so much going on out
Yeah.
here in San Bernardino. We'll just say this. Reach out to someone if you don't understand which way to go.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into a break. And hopefully that first segment with real people and real talk brought you into a space where you feel that you can talk to someone if you feel you can't. Joe, can we go to a break? Now, let's go to the reading for the blind. The boss, bless us with a verse.
Okay. Acts 17:26. From one man he made all the nations, that they should inhabit the whole earth. And he marked out their appointed times in history and the boundaries of their land.
That scripture is the boundaries of your land, your household. Your creator will give you greatness if you call out to him and show yourself approved, meaning study. Don't just take the advice of your elder. The word prophet means messenger. That someone comes and give you a profound message, you can accept it or reject it. But if it works good in your life, I advise you to accept it. But if it doesn't sound right, then reject it. It's because they call them false prophets. So just be careful of who's bringing the information and research. Study so you know that person who came to you is telling you something that can enrich your life. Next verse.
Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will.
Remember them old movies? We used to call them, well, I can't say that word on air, but they were called kickers. And it's the stuff that your dogs, the cows, and the horses leave behind that you got to clean up. Well, I'm hoping you cleaned it up. That was a good name for it because it would be back when the weeds is blowing and everybody is just riding on horses and look where we at now. They're talking about flying cars. It's like the old cartoon called The Jetsons. So, your creator has gave you a great mind. We have wonderful scientists, doctors, all around us. We are progressing. So, continue to progress. Like I said, educate your mind. Take etiquette classes, mannerism, whatever it may be. Let's enjoy what God has given us. Multiple cities in America and around the world. Next.
1 Corinthians 9:22. To the weak I became weak, to win the weak. I have become all things to all people, so that by all possible means I might save some.
Now that's your Savior talking to you. He said he became weak. You know why? because he came to you no matter where you at. Not saying you're a weak individual, not saying you can't speak. It's because I'm like that. I I believe I don't talk fluently, and I didn't want to get in front of a mic, but I wanted to just express what I feel and who I am to viewers and listeners, because there's someone out there that can identify with me, and they need their words heard, or their belief heard, or their view on certain things heard. So, strength comes in the moment of an emergency. Because if something happened and you don't know what to do and you're not prepared, how strong are you? See, everyone can do things. Like they say, a dog barks loud in his backyard. But sometimes when that gate's open, he'll run right out. He can come and attack you, but he won't. It's because he's really scared. So go wherever you need to go and be strong and be brave, and let's be better people.
Yes.
And one person?
Yeah, there's one more. Colossians 2:8. See to it that no one takes you captive through hollow and deceptive philosophy, which depends on human tradition and the elemental spiritual forces of this world, rather than on Christ.
What that means to all, I will say, because I know there's multiple beliefs and believers. I can go through each. I can go Buddha. I can go through the Catholics, Jewish, Islam, but whoever your creator is just saying, believe in that. Be a better person. Because that's what we all should be striving for, is to be a better person. You see what's going on in these communities. You see what's going on in this world. And we're headed for self-destruction. And we need to do something immediately to change the outcome of this country. It's because the sins of the father will fall down on his children, children's children. So let's get up and repent and continue to be a better person today, tomorrow, on and on. Okay, right now, let's roll. Shani, what we got on the
what?
Sports Wrigley recap?
Not them Steelers.
And not, man, you know, they let go one of the best coaches. I love Tomlin.
Oh, yes.
19 years, but sometimes
You know, it was ready for him. He was ready. He was
Yeah,
ready
he
to
was ready.
he was ready to retire.
yeah,
He was.
I just think it was a good marriage,
Yes, it was.
but I believe he felt that they needed a change.
Yes.
somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we got 2 minutes. So let's the NFL is in the mid of the playoffs, with the Los Angeles Rams having secured a 2017 overtime victory against the Chicago Bears to advance to the NFC Champion game. The Broncos secured a playoff in Week 18, and 4 teams remain across the league.
Yes, so Denver should right now. I think they're playing.
Yeah.
So Denver is playing New England.
Yes.
That's a good. Look at New England.
Yeah,
See, that's what I'm talking about. Excellence.
Man, go.
How do you reform, become losers, dominate for over 15 years, 20 years, then rebuild your team, and now you back
Yep.
fighting to go to the world? I mean, to the Super Bowl. Sorry.
Well, tune
But
in
I don't
today.
like them donkeys.
Not them donkeys.
Uh,
Who's the donkeys? Hold on. Are you
Denver
referring to
Broncos.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the Raider fans, we don't look at them as.
Oh, you know what?
Broncos.
I don't like the Broncos either. But
Nah.
I was hoping, you know what? Not to LA, but I was hoping those Bears beat them Rams. But
Yes,
we
I
have
did.
1 minute. Take us out.
Okay. But also, real quickly, we have the Rams and the Seattle playing
Yes.
tomorrow. Go Rams.
Go Rams.
They are home team. If your life is not going right, refocus, restructure, regroup
Yes.
on what you have left. Thank you for another wonderful show, and be blessed.
This is KCAA.
This segment sponsored by Assured Shutters Inc. of Mentone. Tax refunds are right around the corner, and if you're expecting some money back, you might think about using some of those funds for a dramatic, impressive home improvement that adds a measurable investment to your home. Assured customers use words like beautiful, affordable, and practical. They're locally made, handcrafted, and custom designed. Assured Shutters Inc. can make your living space impressive and comfortable, adding the right amount of style, light, and privacy to your home. Money well spent. At Assured Shutters, there's no middleman. They offer a free, no-pressure in-home estimate. Save hundreds of dollars by going directly to AssuredShuttersInc.com or just Google Assured Shutters Inc. Serving Southern California for over 20 years. Their product is guaranteed for a decade. You can call 909-794-6008. That's 909-794-6008. Or catch them on their Facebook page, Assured Shutters Inc. of Mentone.
This January 30th through February 1st, the legend returns. The 76th annual Grand National Roadster Show cruises into the Fairplex in Pomona.